So
You look
sample
more
of blue.
Dominican than black right now, but let's.
I don't know if this is your racist head. I Dominican. I know black. I don't forget that Godfrey statement. The nigga said, this nigga's rather dead. Black people. Oh man, okay. Everyone, welcome to an episode of V.A.R, a podcast where everything football and the latest news impacting the world of sports. I'm your host, OGA, and with me today I have...
Okay, Abdul Karim. We're currently surviving in a very survival mode situation.
And we got Mr. CEO. Very disappointed with Salah, but that's all I gotta say.
Why is Salah catching strays, bro? Okay, no one laugh. So our first segment today is going to be a bit different from the usual football chat. It has significant implications for the business side of the sport, though. So we're going to talk about Trump's tariffs and how they affect the global football industry. This is a topic that might not seem related at first, but trust me, it could have a real impact on the game. Remember, most of the owners of the Premier League football clubs are Americans. So, as many of you might know, President Trump recently imposed new tariffs on various goods, targeting a number of international markets. It created a ripple effect, especially in industries that rely heavily on global trade. And there was something here about Australia losing about, I think, 180 million already, just off the tariffs, some of the tariffs that came in. I could impact the sport, like I said, the American owners. Sponsorship deals could be a little more weird. Transfer market, we're about to go into the summer transfer market, and people might not be that willing to spend cash if their businesses are not solidified. Merchandise sales, player wages, and so on and so on. But let's not get too much into it. So, how do you guys feel about football aside, or if you like to include football, Trump's tariffs on your daily global life? I'll start with you, Mr. Glenn.
So personally, I think right now what's going on with the tariffs could affect a lot of stuff. Now, I think about what Americans don't understand, and I was watching a video earlier where they were asking someone, obviously when you voted for Trump, like what were you expecting with the tariff? He was like excited for the tariff because he owns a clothing brand and he buys stuff from China. And they asked him, so who do you think pays for the tariff? And he said China pays for the tariff, not knowing that he's going to pay for the tariff. Because obviously you're buying a shirt for $10 normally, and now with the tariffs being imposed, how much do you think is going to be? Probably going to go up, definitely. So now you're going to pay $15 for that shirt you're going to be buying. And now if you were selling that shirt for $20 to your customers, are you still going to sell it for $20? No. Obviously, you have to raise that price up, which is going to be $25. Now you might lose business from that, right? Because customers are used to buying clothes for you for $20, and you're going to increase the price on them because of the clothes you're getting from China is more expensive now because you want to make a profit, right? So obviously I see it. There could be a downside. There's a lot of downside to it, and there also could be a lot of upside to depend on which side of the spectrum you're on when it comes to the business side of things, right? So as a business, now from his idea why he's putting the tariffs, now he wants to bring more manufacturing to America. Now that's going to cost a lot of money, right? This is not going to happen within a year, 2, 3. Now it's going to take a while before that gets to where it needs to be. So a lot of stuff is going to keep going up in prices. Right now, for me being in the stock market this past few days, it's a lot of bad turmoils with that, right? It's everything that's going on right now is affecting, finances, but there's also a backside to it because if anything goes down, it's eventually going to go up. So if you're patient enough and you're in the stock market, you can also leverage the fact of the tariffs happening right now. But for most Americans, I think that, having the tariffs right now is beneficial for them at the moment in time. Especially if you're a business owner, buying stuff from overseas is not beneficial for you unless you have American-made goods right now in America. So,
Okay, that's pretty much rounded up. Mr. Abdul, any additional opinions about the tariff?
It's pretty straightforward. We're screwed. So it's like Nintendo Switch 2 just got announced. It's $450, and then each game itself is $80.
Is that tariff for Nintendo greed?
That is before the tariffs. After the tariffs were announced, they stopped pre-order. they literally had to close their pre-orders to wait to see what is going to happen.
Oh wow.
So
$90 was already crazy, bro.
stuff is already here, and we're not expecting it to go up. Look at crypto. Everything is red. $200 million just got liquidated in the last 24 hours. Don't even bother looking at the stock market. Everything is blood. Like, everything is red. Everything is red. So
It
it's
is.
like stuff was already bad and expensive and all that stuff, and then these tariffs come in. It's like the plan, it sounds nice on paper, but it actually doesn't make any sense. To switch everything to manufacture in America, that is a long-term project. It's not a short-term project. That stuff is going to take years. And not only is it going to take years, but you're chasing out the Hispanics. These white folks are not going to do all that work. Who's going to be sitting down and be making you iPhone? Carl? Bob, Tommy, Storm, they're not gonna be
Charlie.
like Doc. They're not gonna be doing that. So like, I personally, I just think is him trying to threaten people, and then he's just gonna drop it because it actually makes zero sense. Like, it's just not something that is feasible within 4 years. Like, you have a 4-year term. It's not something that's feasible within 4 years. So unfortunately, we're in the test the hypothesis and observe the results situation. Like, that's where we are right now. So, y'all voted for Trump, and now we're seeing the BS. Like, you guys are slowly just seeing the BS. And it's quite unfortunate because at the end of the day, those guys are delusional. If you go and ask them what is going on, they're literally videos of them saying, oh no, this is Biden and Kamala Harris's fault. Like, you cannot, some people just need to be put down permanently. That's it. Like, you can't really negotiate with some people. Like, you just have to put them down. You know when your dog is old, or that retarded child who keeps on killing things, like, you just have to take them to the back of the house and
I'll go. Whoa. That's all.
you understand? I don't know if you guys have is it Bright? I think the movie Bright. Yes, there we go. The movie Bright. Like, some children, like, you can just tell. There's actually a story about this where
I watched the movie, but I don't remember them offing kids for not being smart.
there's actually this like meme where you see some guy takes like, I think it's like his mentally challenged cousin or brother to the back, and so like just stuff like that. There's some people who are just like that, unfortunately, where it's like there's no saving them. So it's because of them that we're in this situation.
Yeah.
And they still believe that Trump is the one to save us. So here we are. So that's all.
I mean, yeah, the thing about it is like trying to make the America great again situation is there's levels to stuff, right? The reason why China is developing I don't know if you guys have seen the cars, the new cars that
I'm sorry, bro. That cars are so sweet. I'm sorry.
the reason why they're able to even have those high productions and stuff like that, because one, labor costs is very, very low over there, so it's easy for them to pay. Like, someone in America could go over there and invest money into like businesses in China and still make a killing because of the cost of labor is very, very cheap over there. First of all, everything is going up in America right now, so like they're trying to do manufacturing in products in America. The price is still going to be more expensive than even importing stuff from overseas, because cost of labor is already going to go up, right? All the prices of goods and stuff like that is going up already over here. So if they try to like do their own manufacturing, one is going to cost money, right? Now they want to try to start employing people to like high brain power people like that went to college. No one's going to take a low paying job to start making iPhones over here. No one's going to do that. So obviously the cost is going to go up for sure for everything. So that's going to take time to do. So the tariffs alone, and trying to make the manufacturing to be in America is going to take a long time. And I don't want to see it being feasible, right? Because everything already is expensive in America. That's why a lot of people are leaving this country. People are going to other countries to live because like stuff that would make any sense here. You can't even live the American dream right now over here. The American dream is outside America, but making American dollars. So
That is 100% fact. Because to follow up on your last point, Glenn, because I think somebody said that we we got scammed because most people when we watching movies growing up, you saw everybody big houses, they were able to get a car, and then you come here and realize these people don't own nothing, and I think it was kind of manageable then, but now it's so on.
You imagine, bro, it was completely different. 1999, your mortgage was $750. You are not paying that today.
For a house, bro, that's
You're not
rent.
paying that.
That's ridiculous. Affordable rent.
You just not
It's
paying that.
ridiculous. So I mean, hey, I feel like there's a point when you guys were talking that there's a point you guys were speaking that came in my mind. Like kind of feels like America has been in a weird dream this whole time, and like Trump was like a wake up call that you guys do realize that you guys have been messed up for. We have been managing this country for a minute. It's not like it's not as good as it looks, man. Like, bro, what are the stats that in education America is not top 10? In every other thing that's happened with guns, America is not top 10. And then like you all want to now switch that overnight. And I saw the plan. The plan is to make the country suffer so you can save 2 billion. So America for the first time would be make 2 billion profit instead of always being like minus 3 or 4 trillion. Sorry, trillion in negative in the national debt, whatever. Hey, he's not the guy doesn't care. His last term, he's not getting elected again unless he pulls some BS in the last year. Below I need another term to finish my plan, whatever. But I doubt that's gonna happen. And he doesn't care. He's not looking for people to vote anymore. He wants to go down as a historical president, good for bad, not concern anybody. His name wants to be. Have you seen the gold card? His face is literally on the gold card they gave people. He wants people to remember him forever. Like, yeah, his last name, you're like, oh my god, those are those guys. That kind of thing. So yeah, God's gonna boot America. And just as I say, my boys, man, be smart, man. It's time to cash out. So a lot of people this is always to recession again. This is an opportunity to cash out. Just gotta find where the loopholes are. So, and let's come out of here millionaires by the grace of God. So but yeah, God bless America.
I don't give any ifs about the
Yeah,
blessing
I
of
was
the year.
about to say, okay, so
I don't care about that. It just made me sound like a white person even saying God bless America. You sounded white as hell, man. You just the what?
more power to you.
Yeah, more power to you, baby.
I'm just saying we already here. We kind of don't want it to get
I mean, bro, what else you want to? The beautiful thing about us here is like we have other countries that we can go.
No, that's the funny part. Boys,
I'm very comfortable. If worst case scenario, we just go back to our country. Worst case scenario, we go back to our country. Worst case scenario. I mean, shoot, we'll still make it work and stuff like that.
Now to go put solar, man.
Because my girl just looked at me when I said,
no, I know. Now I don't see like what is young black man talking
Not
about?
to get inverter, huh? Inverter.
Why you know about?
You have your PHCN, you have your inverter,
bro,
you have your solar.
Solar energy straight, bro. Go put solar by your house and build boreholes immediately.
But
so yeah, short episode today. So that was about discussion on Trump's tariffs and the potential impact.
I just wanna say something.
Oh, finish up.
You know what I don't. You know when I start thinking deeply into everything now, I don't really want to bring it up, but I feel like it makes total sense now and stuff like that. If we look into slavery, right? When
I do. They want to say something wild. There was something about that setup. No.
Hold on.
This is gonna be so wild.
Hold on.
Oh my god.
Can I censor my face?
Yo, look at this. Look at timing. So continue.
All right. So basically, with this whole situation about tariffs, I'm back to the point about employees and employment in America. Now, if we actually go back to slavery, right? The reason why these white folks and people were, using our people or, the Black Americans into this was to save money, right? Even though they actually use they use them for tobacco, right? They use them for picking cotton, stuff like that. And what were they doing after that? They were selling it also, right? That was production they were using. Now, what doesn't make any sense to me, and this might sound very, very racist. Now, Trump is sending out all the all the Mexicans out of the country and stuff like that. But that's one of the cheapest labor costs that we have in this country.
That's
Fine.
So,
racist. That's
right, that's the cheapest labor costs we have in this country, and that saves a lot of people money. Right, he wants to give all the stuff to America. No one is gonna come and work below like $7 an hour now in America. There's no living in that. The person rather never work than work that amount of hours in.
I mean, what? How much you get from unemployment? That's basically more than $7 an hour, bro.
Yeah, you get more than hell yeah, you get more than that.
So, bro,
But,
you just gonna sit on unemployment. He's
unemployment.
not doing $7 an hour.
Yep, and now adding the tariffs to stuff like people. The reason why people are going to other countries to get stuff because labor cost is very cheap. This is more into modern day slavery at this point. Everything I was doing right now is modern day slavery. If I'm being honest, like it's just more modernized. Everything is slavery at the end of the day. You know, now I'm able to pay people and stuff like that. But sending out Mexicans away, sending everybody out, they're actually making this country. Because I can't lie, Mexicans actually make a big part of this country. I was looking into like 'cause remember I was watching something today about like this cowboy movie and it was black people, right? I was like, so who actually were the first people to like make cowboys? Very white people. Actually, funny enough, was Mexicans and black people were the people that actually were the first cowboys ever. And that was a very big stuff in the southern side of
They
America.
claim that joint, man.
But white people are trying to claim it, right? But so basically, my whole point is like a lot of things that we do right now revolves around like Hispanic, black people, and stuff like that, and foreigners, right? That's why most of the stuff that we get into this country, like Toyotas, Hondas, everything all comes from Asia, right? But now, guess what? Now the prices of those cars are going to go up. A lot of stuff is just going to go down in this country. I can't even lie to you. It just looks like it's a big L right now. I know there's a bigger plan, but the bigger plan doesn't look like it's going to be forthcoming in 4 years' time. No, I don't see it. I personally don't see it. And that's why if you have the opportunity to, go to a different country and have fun for the meantime, I'll do it for you. That's my case closed. Sorry for that. If I said anything that was flourish, I don't think I did, but yeah. I'm
I
done.
mean, the history of America is that they were a production plant for English, and then they got tired of the taxes.
Oh,
That's literally what America was. They would just need them to make tea and a lot of products. Like for French, like other people, European countries owned land in they have to pay them up to get out of the country.
wow.
Like the issue of America is that America was just a manufacturing plant for a bunch of European countries. And then when they kicked them out, they were like, oh, we need cheaper labor because we don't want to do they don't decided to black.
That's so fucked up.
But when I tell you that the backbone of this country has never been none of this nonsense that
The backbone of this country is on black people though. Like
bro, it has always been on cheap labor. Bro, America is a consuming country because of they can get cheap stuff from China. Like
yeah,
that, you know now how many businesses have been started
that's
up
true.
those
70%,
leveraging that supply line.
7% of China's of money from everything they produce is from America.
Yeah,
Like,
bro,
we're the
like
highest
that's what
consumers
Trump
in the
to
world.
forget that, bro. And we both now people say this, bro. A trade war doesn't favor anybody because at the end of the day we both need each other. Like, why are you making this weird, bro? Like, I need to make stuff to sell to you. You need stuff to buy for cheap. Like, why are we making this weird, bro? Like, what's going on? Yes, of course, everybody has bigger plan, and I feel like this is all because I kind of makes sense because they're scared of China, bro. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, 20 years ago, nobody saw all of this. Remember, they used to clown China. All China did was copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste.
Yeah.
Now everybody's like, oh wait, hold on, let's see if I've gotten really good at copy and paste.
No, bro, their copy and paste is bro. I was looking at this car that I should spill was on. This car was jumping.
Yeah, that's meant to be like a supercar, by the way. That's meant to be like an exotic vehicle.
Yep, and actually, apparently, the car can't even come to America because it's not legalized in America.
They'll never let it be legalized. We have Tesla. Anyways, that was about the potential impact on the world and so far what we got to face. Please leave your comments in the comment section below on what you think about Trump, the tariffs, and what everything is going on. And is this going to be a big L? Or is this a big dub coming at the end of this? Or is this just a power play for Trump and Russia to somehow feed off? Very because it's possible. So now we're going to transition to a little something closer to home. It's time to dive into the Premier League and take a look at the latest action, including Liverpool, Arsenal, and Manchester United. Let's get back on the pitch. The Premier League is still in full swing. With the latest round of matches, the top teams are fighting tooth and nail for their spots, and the people just shut down their top four. Liverpool trying to make sure that they don't sleep the greatest sleep ever seen in the world of sleepage. And let's break down the most recent performances from Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester United. Arsenal drew 1-1 with Everton. I'm going to speak on the Arsenal point. Arsenal recent 1-1 draw has kind of dented our title hopes, which was never there. Despite Bukayo Saka's brilliant form on coming back from injury, Arsenal didn't fully capitalize on their chances, leaving them 11 points behind Liverpool. Arteta's side has been strong all season, but constant slip-ups keep, showing his head up. I think we have the most red cards, the most amount of VAR overturnages. I think we have 11, and the next club has like 6. That means they have to bring VAR over 11 times to change the decision on the pitch. 11, we have the most in the league, by the way, which I was like, that's wild. But then, it doesn't matter. I know the day, I'm a big believer in this team. That's why, personally, I don't like Arteta moaning about the refs, because I'm like, if you win a game 5-0, and then they chance you, and they use that chance to score you one, you're not bothered because you wipe your opponent 5-0. You don't care what the referee is trying to do. It's like that's me. That's my own opinion. I know that it's harder in real life when, like, okay, your opponent know that they can do anything and get away with it, but you can't do the same. So like you're already in a weird mental loophole. Like, okay, I can't do this forward. I don't believe, bro. Wipe these teams and you don't have to think about it. Go. Nobody told you not to get a striker, bro. Nobody told you not to have 3 world-class strikers on your team. Nobody told you to go and be stacking midfielders to control games that you can only score 1 goal from, and then they jilt you. Like, look at the game against Everton today. But guy, both games against Everton, they park the bus and hope for a mistake. We barely make mistakes, and somehow the only goal they got today was a penalty. That was the only chance they could score, was a penalty, and they wiped their goal. The game finished 1-1. They parked the bus. We somehow scored 1. And they lock us down. It's the same. The same thing against Newcastle. 2 games against Newcastle, we had, I think, 0 goals. But who did we have in the box? A number 10. This is his best season of his footballing career ever. I think ever. I think aside from his season as Bayern Leverkusen, this probably tied it or close to it right now. He has never been a 20-30 goals a season guy. Look at the guy that wiped us, Isak. He had like 3 touches that whole game. One of them was a stupid goal. It was so nice. Chill. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this one is just shot ourselves in the foot. And if this guy is serious about winning this league, I know it. The referees don't like us. Whatever. We are the first team in Premier League history to field the whole black team. We know how these people are about black people. They didn't like black people then. They don't like black people today. They will never like black people. If you are supporting black people, they don't care. Bukayo Saka is English, for God's sake. And new people, he's literally the best English winger. And for some reason, he doesn't get the same type of love as Jack Grealish that has not scored in 2 years? Yeah, he had 1 goal in like a year. And Saka, for some level, doesn't get that kind of protection. Do you know how many fouls Grealish makes for his team? But the same tackle they are tackling Saka, they're tackling Grealish. But because Grealish is using this small shin pad that he chose, by the way, he needs more protection than Saka. Whatever. But main point is, hopefully Arteta locks down this 2-0, this second position, gets his mind together, and just actually goes for it next year. Because I don't see the Liverpool doing anything next year. He's already showing. Their left back situation is garbage. The backup does not exist. Trent is gone. The backup is a kid. I don't care. Their midfielder, they have like 3 good guys, but the guy refuses to play Elliott. Elliott is literally like their academic guy, but this is their manager. It's basically a Ten Hag, and they're going to collect their own next season. Holland people are very, very stubborn. They're going to see next season. I'm looking forward. It's going to be fun. Salah is probably gone. Van Dijk hasn't signed a new contract. But, let me not speak about Liverpool too much. Mr. CEO, Liverpool today had their second loss of the season, 3-2 loss to Fulham. In a shocking result, Liverpool lost 3-2 to Fulham. Fulham ended their 26 game unbeaten streak, which is actually impressive. Despite dominating possession and creating plenty of chances, Liverpool's defense lapse cost them dearly. But however, they maintain their position in the league with 73 points. They're comfortable 11 points away from Arsenal with about, I think, they have like 8 games to go, 8 games to go. But how do you feel about the game? Liverpool.
I didn't watch the game, so if I'm being honest, I actually didn't watch the game. But every great nation always falls by the end of the day, right? America was great and is falling down to his knees.
It's crazy.
And the thing about Liverpool is when stuff like this happen is like news to us at this. For this season, I'll say for this season, because getting an L like this, especially from Fulham, was.
The last time you guys played them, You almost collected too. It was a draw. It
But
was like
almost doesn't
almost
better.
collected. That's gonna be your season. There'll be a lot of almost this season. A lot actually.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of almost for you guys. So you guys have 11 draws. Okay, 17 wins, 3 losses. You know, I mean, the thing that we're actually higher than you guys is our wins. Everything else, you guys are higher than us in. 3 losses, 11 draws. We have seven losses, two draws.
7 losses.
Sorry, 7 draws, 2
Okay.
losses.
I won't mind that 7 losses, man. Enough
Yeah,
time left.
but I don't think it's gonna happen. To be honest with you, but they were definitely gonna win the Premier League for sure.
Okay, sure, bro.
No, actually, that's for sure. I mean,
Okay.
how was you guys' game though this week?
And we drew, so we didn't maximize our
Yeah,
opportunity.
exactly. You guys, but you didn't win. You guys need
That's
to
what I'm
win.
saying. We didn't get all
From
the
now
points.
only the only way you guys are gonna win is if you guys get like wins back to back to back, and we get losses back to back to back. And you guys have a chance. Now, to be honest with you, I won't be mad if you guys. Arsenal is probably the only team that I won't be actually mad if they actually win the league.
Yeah, the only Liverpool plan, this whole planet, I've ever admit that thing, bro.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, they'll because I mean, I feel like you guys somewhat deserve it, but you guys also won't get it. It's
I don't know
not.
about deserving it, man.
Oh,
I don't know about deserving it, man. We don't have a striker as our manager's fault.
I mean, you guys are always strikers, so and also I don't even think like I mean, yeah, strikers a big deal, but it's really not also a big deal because also your defense too is there too, though.
Defense is there, but guy, I'm a defender, bro. You can't defend forever.
You can't
And it's mentally draining to be defending the whole game. I can't lie to you. It's
I
like
mean,
you can't breathe. Like because basically, because of the way we play, if you make a mistake in our defense, bro, chance of a goal is like 1 out of 2, which is high. It's very high. So
Yeah.
like you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, the defense is great, but you gotta put teams away. We don't put teams away. God, we haven't had 3 goals. We haven't scored 3 goals in a game in a while, bro.
You're right. I'm back. Also, I can't lie that I'm actually very disappointed in Mr. Salah. He's not been showing out for his past 3 games. I don't know why. Okay, he's sleeping. Okay,
No, I mean,
he's been very not shut up at all, and that's so bad for me to say. But again, also sometimes you just have to criticize the goat, right? Goats always get criticized, and even coming from one of their greatest fans, they also have to criticize. And he has not shown up. I've not seen any effect from him. I've not seen any answers from him. This is the first time I've been thinking about on captaining him from my FPL team because he's never not been showing up at all. Like it's very tragic to say. I'm very disappointed in him. Like he needs to tighten up. He needs to get back into I don't know whichever woman is giving him a guag before the game. She needs to do a better job in that. His masseuse needs to be he needs instead of 3 masseuses, he needs 6. Everything double. So if the woman is doing 30 minutes of guag, she needs to increase it to 1 hour. Right? Everything needs to be double because I think it's getting very lax and relaxed with what's happening right now. So he needs a momentum boost. And I was gonna even say like with the fasting going on. I mean,
It's over, Ramadan. It's over.
I mean, it's over now. It's over now. I mean, he ate. He's full. He's strengthened up. But again, I can say maybe over 8 because he's used to playing, without food in the system. And I feel like now he's more relaxed. So the food is weighing him down from his performance, right?
I'm trying to say Salah is missed being a starving African child.
I've never said that. You're racist as hell, bro. You're racist as fuck for that statement. But I
No, we
think
don't cause a shadow.
I think it was probably a nostalgia feeling for him when he was fasting. But I feel like now that he's not fasting, he's just being lazy, right? Because yesterday I ate like 2 steaks yesterday, and I
Oh
couldn't.
shit!
I couldn't
Wow,
move.
this
So I
guy's
feel like
finally
he overate, and that's what's happening to him, slowing him down in his performance. So he needs more draining stuff. So more head, more massage, and whatever to get him just double of everything. And I feel like Liverpool will be right there. Mark my words, is gonna shot this coming whenever they play again. I don't know. I think it's Champions League or whatever. But whenever they play, it's gonna show out. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Glenn for Salah president out.
Well, they have the heavy competition, so they're always stuck in the Premier League, so they all have another Premier League game to play. To transition now to Mr. Abdul Karim, in the Manchester Derby, Manchester United and Manchester City played to a goalless draw. It was a game of missed chances. With either team able to break deadlock, the result keeps United firmly in mid-table. With Ruben Amorim still finding his feet as manager, the pressure is mounted to secure a place. Do you think so or not? And what do you think about Amorim and how do you think about the game? Top 6 is still possible, man.
I think this is the most disappointing Premier League season ever. Like there's really nothing. There's nothing going on. Like there's genuinely nothing going on. There's nothing going. What's the most interesting thing going on? This is the most unchallenged run, unchallenged Premier League I've ever seen.
Pretty boring, I can't lie, but it is what it is.
Liverpool is like y'all have nothing to worry about. Arsenal is injured. City is the end of Pep Guardiola, which that I'm happy about. That I'm very happy about.
How do you know it's not going to be a second chapter? Yeah, I've never had a second chapter anywhere before. Anyway, this is first time.
Chelsea is struggling. Only God knows what Chelsea is doing. Tottenham is being Tottenham, and then United, this is very deep. Like when it comes to United, yeah, this is the accumulation of years of mismanagement, not being serious, bad management, like being under the Glazers. Like, yeah, this is accumulation of like you cannot use money to hide the cracks anymore. Football keeps on evolving. Premier League has changed. Like we're not even spending like we used to, where we'll just go and be buying all these random
500 million, 300 million. It's been a while.
We're not even doing that anymore because we can't. Like 14 years? Like it was gonna end soon. So like the only thing we could do right now generally is to kill the Glazers. Like all jokes aside, like they need to die. They don't need to go, they need to die. They need to die.
There's been a lot of aggression from your side this episode.
They need to die. Like just completely gone from United in every capacity and every form. Even what's his name? Our new owner, whatever he's.
That's it. Save money merchants that you guys have.
I never bought into him. He has a French team. He bought Formula One team. He had a cycling team. He has another French team. They have all failed. Just so you know, he's the one, the moment he signed his partnership with Mercedes, it was Mercedes, yep, Renault, was it Renault? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was when Lewis Hamilton and all of them just started. He owns Nice 2. He owns I think was it Saint Etienne or whatever?
I think it's Saint Etienne.
Yeah, that too is struggling. His cycling team too, they were champions. He bought them. They haven't been champions. Every single thing he has invested in has crashed. So him coming to Manchester United was never a good sign, and here we are. So like, there's really nothing there for us. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Like, see, we might be done, man. Like, we just might be done until someone comes and removes Glazers and Jim Ratcliffe. Like, we're just done. There's nothing to be done. There's nothing that can be done. The worst person you know just partnered with the biggest failure you know. Like, there's genuinely, like, there's no hope whatsoever. There's no hope. So we'll see how it goes.
That was a very...
Accept the mediocrity and just get ready for it. This is our Liverpool, after Liverpool won Champions League and went...
And just...
30, 20...
just...
See anything.
Yeah, so it was...
That's where we're at, right?
It was dark days before Klopp came for that club. Dark days. They had Sacco in their team. Carragher was starting for them. Good.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. This could have been hopeful until I heard you guys were about to build a new stadium, and I'm sorry. Every club that builds a new stadium except Spurs somehow, but not even just change the Spurs. They go through it, bro. I don't know what happens to the club because you can't buy players technically because you took a massive loan to build a massive stadium. So or basically Arsenal took us 20 years before we spent over 40 million on a player, which was ridiculous because because back then 40 million was still money, but people were spending 60 to get players. But I think Lukaku moved around that time for that kind of decent amount of money. Was it Pogba as well? 80 million, that kind of thing. But that's after Neymar, sha. Before Neymar and after Neymar. It's before transfer, before Neymar, after Neymar is a pivotal time in football. So yeah, I don't know, bro, because I see why they keep saying Amorim is the man for the job. He's young, he has the patience, he's trying to prove his name for himself. He's he listens, I think. I don't know if he does, but it's not looking good, fam. It's not looking good. But I guess a year away from Champions League, so you guys need to focus on the league next year. I know it only happened like once, but the Antonio Conte thing with Chelsea is always a possibility. No Europe, you build your squad with your back three, you defensively solid, you take your 1-0 to your 2-0s, you end up top of the league, nobody can beat you, you lose like 1 or 2 games, you win the title. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Is it can you maintain it?
No, it's not. But thank you for your input.
It happened, bro. It happened. I witnessed it.
Yes, it happened.
Yeah. So, hey, anyway, the Premier League title race is getting tighter, and we'll see how it ends out. Everybody still has a lot to prove. Liverpool already have it. I'm just being a hopeful Arsenal fan, but it is what it is. So before we wrap up, let's shift to something just as important as the results of on the pitch: men's mental health. Footballers facing enough pressure both on and off the field, and as we do regular men in every day. So. Like I would always like to do, we're going to do a quick mental health check-in. You can see as much as you want to say. You can see as little as you want to say. Give advice to people in the comment section. Mr. Abdul Karim, how are you? How is your mental health?
Bullying, man. We're bullying. You don't stop. We're in a very troubling time.
You've been quite aggressive today, so I'm asking you. I feel like I should ask you particularly if everything's okay, bro. Man, I tried to kill people twice in this episode alone. Twice, no. Dude said take the retarded calls into the back of the house and then you off the glazers. I was like, bro, chill.
No, I'm good. After I'd say it is very frustrating where it's like there's actually something you call it where like all of your sports teams are currently struggling, and that shit just puts you in a bad And sports is supposed to be the outlet.
Yeah, supposed to be.
But when the outlet is just constantly stressing you and disappointing you, you won't stop.
The opposite of what it's meant to do.
It doesn't do well for your health. Yeah,
it doesn't.
That's supposed to be my outlet, but my outlet is stressing. So, but it is what it is, man. Mental health, look, man. See, go find you somebody in this troubling times, right?
Hey,
that's the wisdom right there. Is just be by yourself and just going through shit, right? It ain't sweet out there. So I wish the best on all of my brothers.
Love. Mr. Theo, mental health, how you feeling?
This week?
Just anytime free, you feel comfortable.
Even this week, very bullish.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Very, very up and down, very unstable, very red. very stop lossing.
They said Monday is about to be a very interesting day.
Yeah, very, very candlestick on fire.
Bro, chill. That was that 3%, by the way. Bro, chill.
Very, very a lot. I can't lie. Started the week very strong. I can't lie. Started the week very, very strong. Awesome. Had a lot. So going into the end of the week, my losses were like just more out of what was made in the beginning of the week. So I can't be that mad and upset. This is not more sport. This is more stock wise. I don't care about the sport right now because I like to support me. So, but aside from that, overall, I'm great, good, mentally in my head. I just best way to think about it is just think about the good. And just make sure the good always outweighs the bad. I don't let the bad, let you down. Always focus on what has been pushing you to do what you're doing, right? Me doing what I was doing, me getting to where I was, just focus on that because if you can do that and get to that place that made you that growth that you had, then you can always do it again, right? So, and you know what they always say, what always goes down in the stock market will eventually always go up.
This is
Now,
facts.
stock market doesn't work with gravity, right? But it's a different type of gravity.
Oh, thank you.
So I don't know why Spartan is late, but I think it's for Bami. All right, Bami, how's your mental health? 3%, 3%, 2%. How's your mental health?
We thank God, we thank God, we thank God. To follow up on your point, it has been a very topsy-turvy week, but we thank God for it. We are alive. We saw it through. My sister won this ASO yesterday, so that
Yes,
was
I
the
saw that.
highlight.
I
You know what I'm
almost took
saying?
my.
So yeah, the week she's been doing that for like 3 months. I was feeling the pressure. It's like I was one doing it too, but hey, it was great to witness that. But yeah, the stock market has been somehow, it just man, it really for me personally put in perspective that as a man, you gotta really plan ahead of things. You can't really be caught in the waves, or else you and everybody that around you might drown. So it changed. Not like I didn't have this mindset before, but like sometimes when you're inside the water, you're like, okay, I should get a boat. I need a I need to be a high speed boat that does not get caught up by waves and everything. I just keep it going and keep it cracking, man. But yeah, no, just I have God. Thank God that God is able to see me through. And I always say God because at the end of the day, bro, as to follow up on AK's point, you can't do this by yourself, man. You need spiritual intervention. You know what I'm saying? You need higher power looking out for you because but you know, my people will say duty learn. That means I have red. Everywhere is red right now, bro. Yeah, water is almost yeah, almost water. It's eggs. God. But I guess God is not be our problem. We're financially stable young men. That's gonna help us. We're gonna achieve our aims and our goals and everything. But yeah, like I said, man, keep God, pray a lot. Spend time with yourself, with God. Let your mind be clear because this life is gonna try and drown you. You just have to stay above water. So and we all like AK said, we're hoping for a wonderful week next week. A good Monday sets up the rest of the week for some good greens. Need some greens in this place, man. Too much red. But give up to God. I'll for the best.
We gotta light some fire on that candlestick, man. Say, on.
If you don't short everything, how? You don't short.
Wait, the baby's phone died. Looks like his phone died.
Probably.
Okay, well, it was a very nice podcast today. Our host seems like he's been frozen. Very, very nice forehead, by the way. About forehead can see the future of the forecast. You can see the past and the present. But it was nice talking to you guys today. Amazing podcast, new podcast coming. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us. We're just starting out and we're going to have more entertainment and amazing podcasts coming up. Plan out and have a great day, guys.
Thank y'all. Thank